California is getting sued over one of its sanctuary laws. Again. This is now the third time someone has legally challenged the constitutionality of the California Values Act. Both previous attempts failed. I'm Gustavo Solis, and this is the Border Brief. Today, we're going to break down the latest lawsuit. We're going to see why El Cajon is suing California, who is behind the case, and how this argument compares to those in previous failed efforts. Let's begin with the sanctuary law, aka the California Values Act of 2017. The law generally prohibits state and local cops from helping ICE and other agencies enforce federal immigration law. Local police officers here cannot ask you for your immigration status. They cannot share your home address with ICE or transfer you to immigration authorities without having a judicial warrant. And like I said before, it's already been challenged twice, both times on constitutional grounds, claiming the law violated the Supremacy Clause of the Constitution, which mandates that federal laws take precedence over conflicting state laws. The first lawsuit was brought in 2018 by the Trump administration. A judge named John Mendez, who was appointed by Republican President George W. Bush, dismissed the case. Trump appealed and lost. The Supreme Court declined to hear the case. The second lawsuit is a little bit more recent, this one from 2025 by the city of Huntington Beach. A judge, Sunshine Sykes, appointed by Democrat President Joe Biden, dismissed the case without prejudice, meaning the city can sue again. In her decision, Judge Sykes said that Huntington Beach cannot sue California in this case because cities in California generally lack standing to challenge state law on constitutional grounds. Now let's talk about round 3. This time it is the city of El Cajon versus the state of California. This lawsuit was just filed a few weeks ago, and like the others, it claims that the California Values Act violates the Supremacy Clause of the US Constitution. But it also makes another argument that was not used before, which is that the sanctuary law plus other public benefits that California provides to undocumented immigrants actually encourages them to come to the US illegally. Now, will this lawsuit succeed where others have failed? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer or a legal scholar, but I am a journalist here in San Diego County, and I know that this is not the first time El Cajon has butted heads with the state over immigration enforcement. In fact, Mayor Bill Wells is a big Trump supporter, and he has criticized the sanctuary law multiple times. Last year, he supported a controversial but mostly performative ordinance declaring the city's support for Trump's immigration agenda. And the state attorney general is currently suing El Cajon for sharing license plate reader data with federal law enforcement agencies. It could be a potential violation of state sanctuary law. And I also know that Wells is getting legal help from the conservative think tank called America First Policy Institute. It was founded by a bunch of former Trump administration officials, and part of their mission statement is to strengthen federal-local partnerships to promote, quote, America First principles like mass deportation. This lawsuit definitely feels like just one battle in a long war between California and conservative organizations over the sanctuary laws. Like I said, it was filed just a few weeks ago, so I definitely plan to keep an eye on it. Thanks for watching another episode of The Border Brief. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on immigration-related news.